The Kawasaki ZX-10R has not always been known for its seamless systems integration, smooth ride yet tame power delivery. Remember the first generation Widowmaker of 2004 to 2005? We do, and as much fun as that bike was to ride at the time, we've all become accustomed to the more linear power delivery and electronically assisted riding characteristics of superbikes like the ultra-smooth 2011 ZX-10R. That bike was way ahead of its time with features such as standard traction control, a big piston fork, and optional ABS that combined to create an extremely competitive 160 horsepower superbike that was easy to ride. Half a decade later, Kawasaki has refined its latest version of the flagship litter bike, and we are happy to report that the 2016 Kawasaki ZX-10R is the next evolution in fun, easy-to-ride superbikes. Despite the only subtle aesthetic changes to the bike, the 2016 ZX-10R is almost a complete redesign that taps into the excitement factor of the original and smooths it all out with some modern-day tech. Right away it's clear the bike makes plenty of smooth power throughout the RPM range, while feeling light and nimble riding around town and when navigating through traffic. We found the electronic throttle, traction control, and ABS are all worthy rider assist features on the street, as they smooth out the rough and dirty public road surfaces, giving you that extra sense of security from knowing all that stuff is in place to help you survive the ride. However, one drawback of the sophisticated electronics system is that it can be a little intrusive when you're just trying to ride. For example, the bike tries to tame any hint of an aggressive launch or, God forbid, if you try to wheelie. This can be overcome by fiddling with the traction control or launch control settings, but if you forget to do that before you head out, just slip the clutch like you're practicing race starts. Even though you're simply trying to ride away from a stoplight. Was it annoying? Yes. Is it a deal breaker? No. The bike has launch control, so if you really want to get off the light hard, just dial it up, twist the throttle, drop the clutch, and you'll smoke that minivan to the other side of the intersection, no problem. Although you can use a ZX-10R around town, it's not until you get it on a canyon road or racetrack that it feels more at home. We did manage to log some miles on our favorite twisty roads, and we found that the bike is just as nimble and flickable at elevated speeds as it feels cruising around town. On the track, we found it has a quite linear feel when dipping into corners. It dives into turns without any abrupt transitioning from the initial bar input. Instead, your turn-in can be easily modulated and the feedback from the front end will give you the confidence necessary to carry more speed and lean angle than any Ninja before this one. When connecting corners during aggressive riding, the ABS works great without much noticeable interference, but the traction control does subtly remind you of its presence on especially hard corner exits. However, this isn't necessarily a bad trait, and I wouldn't want to tune it out completely. It's reassuring to know that the TC will allow you to test the limits of available traction without taking much attention away from the riding experience.